Hi guys, my name is Track Dilemma and welcome to my channel. I have just recently started to make a new channel, seeing as the one I had before, I stupidly forgot the password for it last time I signed out. I know, I'm stupid. So I've decided to make a new channel with new videos, new content, etc. And today I'm going to be talking about a rather serious matter. Big world, big adventures. Yeah, so you could kind of classify this as my first video, but not really. So basically, I'm just going to delve in to what we have seen already from Big World Big Adventures. The trailer was just recently released yesterday. Well, whenever you're watching it, but by the time of me making this video, it was released yesterday, and it was okay. Now, for you that haven't a clue about anything about Big World Big Adventures, basically the plot line is Thomas meets a race car called Ace, who says you can go travelling around the world, and Thomas goes travelling around the world to Africa, China, etc. You get the gist. And he meets a bunch of new friends, as Mattel like to call it, like Nia, I don't know a lot of them, Nia, Hong Mei, and like some engines like the Great Race, like Young Bao, and I think Ashima's returning, but I have no idea. And basically he's out there, like, in the middle of the world, and yeah, I have no clue what happens, like in the movie. No one really does. And from what I've seen already by the trailer, it's okay. Now, one big thing people were not happy with was Edward and Henry. Edward and Henry are being replaced in the Steam team by two female engines, Nia, who I just mentioned, and an engine from the mainland called Rebecca, who's going to come into it in season 22. Well, Thomas and Friends. And I am rather devastated because Edward was my favourite character. Henry, he was never really my favourite, but he was always there. It's rather sad, especially for them to be kicking out the character that basically started it all, Edward that being, for an African engine we have never seen before. It's sad. It is extremely sad, but I'm not going to go on about that because I can easily make another video on that whole topic and ramble on for hours. So yeah, I'll just move on to the next part of this video. Yeah, I have no clue what to call it. I'm just doing this unscripted, so... Oh, God help me. So, anyways, another thing that I wouldn't say impressed, but I was rather surprised with, was the animation. Now, Thomas and Friends had a terrible start in animation with Nitrogen doing the animation for Thomas and Friends, and that was rather terrible, I'm being honest. And then Arc Productions came around, and they saved the show. I thought their animation was amazing. And now they went bankrupt, and they were bought over by a company called Jamfield. So the animation is changing quite a bit again, but not as much. It's like from the switch from Nitrogen to Arc, you could easily see the difference. It's like the way the engines look, the lighting, you could just see it. Talking about lighting, in the Big World Big Adventures trailer and a few wee clips that were released, I think the animation was amazing. I'm being honest. Like, well, the lighting was amazing, not the animation. I thought the animation was rather crap. The lighting in some scenes was really nice. Like, there was a scene where Thomas was coming out of a boat, like, I don't know what you'd say. It's like one of these boats that you go inside and then the doors open on the top and he gets lifted out. It was like that. I thought the lighting there was amazingly done, the way how it shone down onto Thomas. It was really nice. And like in different scenes when Nia was on a boat or whenever. Lighting, amazing. One thing that bugged me, and it's going to bug everyone in the Thomas community probably, and that is at the very end when Thomas and Ace are going around this huge circle rock like a roller coaster. Yeah, you can tell the show has no gravity now. None. The engine's gonna be flying to space next year. And it's gonna be like next year, it's like James goes to Mars, and Henry dies in space because he's a wimp and he didn't want to go to Mars. Something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. Engine's gonna end up on Mars eventually. Trust me. I'm joking. Like you couldn't tell. Yeah, and like I said again, I'm doing this completely unscripted. So, yeah. What else? I'm going to move on a wee bit from Big World Big Adventures and talk about the merchandise that's coming out for the movie. Now, at the train fair that was held this year in New York, we saw a lot of new merchandise, especially the new wood range which has come out. I hate wood. I will never... Well, actually, no. I've said I never want to own a piece, like a single piece of Thomas Wood, but it probably will happen, sadly. Anyways, and there was a lot of different stuff there, and there was also a section where it was all the new merchandise for Nia. And it is... Her merchandise is pretty nice. I do really like her Trackmaster model. Her Adventures model seems too short. I will admit, like, I don't like how they do the wheels now on the Adventures models. A Thomas Wood model was just basically repainted engine, basically, with a different face stuck on it. And a Railway Pals, yeah, her forehead's massive. It's scary. Size of Africa, her forehead is. South Africa, that is. Sorry. And, yeah. It's rather sad seeing how all the toys are going down in quality. Really, really sad. I do not really have high hopes for Big World Big Adventures. I'm rather hesitant towards it, if you could say that. I'm scared about what's going to happen to the franchise with Thomas and Friends and, you know, the path it's going down. Mattel did save the show before, like when they brought over Hit Entertainment, because the show was in a terrible place with terrible writers. Oh, Sharon Miller. And they indeed saved it. Andrew Brenner, amazing writer. You know, it was really, really nice. And... sorry, I got a cold. And I just think now it's just all being thrown back in our faces. Like, the first year when they took over at King of the Railway, we still had a Trackmaster, the nice Trackmaster. We still had the Take and Play, the nice version. We still had our wooden railway. Next year, Take and Play kind of stayed in it, kind of like turned into the new horrible looking Take and Play with the huge wooden railway magnets. Yeah. We had, what's it called? The Trackmaster, that got a complete redesign, sadly. And we still had our wooden railway. And ever since, things have been going down in quality. Like, when Adventures was made, okay, that was a good change. I like Adventures. I really like Adventures, but the wheels are... there's not enough of them. Some of the tenders, like Henry's, are lazy. You know, it's sad. But you get what I mean. And Trackmaster, I'm still not a fan of the new Trackmaster. I still think Tomy and the older Trackmaster was way better. And Thomas Wood is an utter disgrace. It is. So just to round up my thoughts, Big World Big Adventures is a fail. At the moment, it does look a fail. Now, in the start of the movies, Boko's like reintroduced, or Bear, whoever. Duke Stepney even, I will be head over heels, and I know the writers are still... they still have brains, and they haven't been brainwashed. But, probably not. Well, yeah, so that's all I've got to say. So, thank you guys for listening to me ramble on necessarily. And, yeah, please make sure to hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed. I'd be surprised if you did. And hit the like button, turn on notifications if you want to know if I've got any new videos on my channel. If not, fine by me. But, yeah. Yeah, see you guys later. Bye.